Justice Thomas?
Mr. Mitchell, I think you would agree that the bump stock accelerates the rate of fire.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you then take the further step of saying it changes the nature of the trigger in doing that?
Because the trigger still has to reset after every single shot. It's not accelerating the rate of fire by changing the trigger. It's accelerating the rate of fire.
That's not really what I'm
sorry.
So why wouldn't you say that you have enhanced the triggering mechanism by using the bump stock?
Because it's not changing the triggering mechanism at all. It's simply making it easier for the shooter to bump that trigger repeatedly. The nature of the triggering mechanism remains exactly the same. What's going on inside the gun after the trigger gets bumped is no different than what it would be if it were a semi-automatic rifle without the bump stock. And that's why the government can't win on this single function of the trigger point.
I think the difference is that there may be some who believe, when you look at it, the nature of the firing has changed as a result of the bump stock. So if that's changed, why don't you simply then look backwards and say that the nature of the firing mechanism has changed, thus the nature of the trigger has changed?
What's changed, though, is the rate of fire, and it's still one shot per function of the trigger, even though those shots are coming out of the barrel a lot faster than they were before. The question is, how many functions of the trigger do we have for each of the shots? And the answer is one. If you divide the number of shots that are fired from a bump stock equipped rifle by the number of times the trigger has to function to produce that shot, the answer will always be one. And will remain that way because nothing in the triggering mechanism has changed.